We wrap up our college football win-loss predictions with the two valiant teams from the Pac-12. The teams didn't retain their scheduling agreement with the Mountain West this season, so to fill out their schedule, they will play each other twice. The last time two FBS teams played each other twice in the regular season was in 2018 between Liberty and New Mexico State, and before that, it was in 1945 between USC, UCLA, and California. Washington State just went through their third season in a row, starting fast, climbing up the top 25 rankings, only to completely fall apart in November. Last year, they started 8-1 and squarely in the college football playoff conversation before finishing 0-4. In 2023, they started 4-0 and ranked 13th before finishing 5-7. In 2022, they started 4-1 before finishing 7-6. The fanbase has a phrase for these November collapses: Wazoo had a real meaningful chance, and they could get every single time. Oregon State has had similar collapses, starting in 2023 8-1 before finishing 8-5, and starting 2024 4-1 before finishing 5-7 and missing a bowl game. Both teams got hit hard by the transfer portal again, especially Washington State. The Cougars also lost their head coach after Jake Dickert left for Wake Forest, and it comes after Dickert told the team in preparation for their bowl game that they were family and that he'd never leave them. And now look. But they'll get better leadership because in comes Jimmy Rogers at head coach, who went 27-3 and won an FCS national championship in 2 years at South Dakota State. And following Rogers is what seems like half the Jackrabbit team, so the team synergy will be there for the Cougars. Oregon State suffered mightily from injuries, finishing their first post-Pac-12 disintegration season 1-6. Their final 4 losses by an average of 23 points. This year, head coach Trent Bray will also move back to assistant defensive coordinator, and the Beavers return many skill positional players. The addition of Duke transfer Malik Murphy at quarterback could provide the shakeup the Beavers needed to get back on track, because for both teams, with a schedule that doesn't feature a ton of high-end competition, both teams should pile up some wins and return to the postseason. I have Connecticut also returning to a bowl after a 9-win campaign a year ago, tied for their most in school history as an FBS program. And lastly, the 2024 national runner-up Notre Dame. I have them matching their 2024 record of 11-1, that one loss ideally not against a Group of 5 school, but the Fighting Irish responded valiantly from their loss to Northern Illinois, winning 13 straight games afterwards, including their first New Year's Six Bowl since 1993. After falling to Ohio State in the championship game, Notre Dame has to replace more than half their starters, yet Marcus Freeman has been so consistent during his time at the program, so I'm not worried about it. And if you think about it, if you look at Notre Dame's schedule, it's at home against Texas A&M, who they beat on the road last year, home against Boise State, who's still a Group of 5 team, home against USC, who they've beaten 6 out of the last 7 games, and a bunch of mid to low tier ACC teams. The only caveat is a season opening road game against Miami, or of course a Group of 5 team like Boise State or Navy. But still, the offensive line has tons of experience as well as the secondary, and the schedule allows Notre Dame to finish the regular season hot and gain momentum before the playoffs, which is always what you want.